they've played in a long time.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they come in just in an absolute free fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. Leading them out, their 6-year quarterback. Hailing from Fresno State, that's Derek Carr.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Carr now on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The safety, Marcus May, in there on the coverage. And the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
And there's offensive tackle Trent Brown, signed away from New England in the offseason on a 4-year, $66 million deal to protect his new quarterback in Oakland, Derek Carr. No stranger to the Bay Area. First 3 years in the league, but with San Francisco as a 49er, he can play left or right tackle.
The throw complete here to Williams. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time for the Raiders. 44 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make
that all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Isaiah Crowell, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. They will be led out by their second-year quarterback, the third QB taken in 2018, Sam Darnold.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it a second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential. But I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back. But now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care.
Darnold, he lost the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. Into the end zone. Oakland Raiders, touchdown.
Keep getting those touchdowns.
And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now out come the Jets. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
On 1st down, Darnold. And it is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front, giving him at least a stalemate in order to find that space?
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't it? Extra point safely through, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jets have recovered. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, and then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. A run with Josh Adams, the Eagles' leading rusher as a rookie last year. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They'll run on first down. Powell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Here's Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Let's get it.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check 24. Check 80.
Here's Darnold. Looking up over the middle with Herndon. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They'll run on first down with Cannon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Come on, lady.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try again with Bell. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On 3rd down, it's Powell, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They lost 7 in a row coming into this ball game, but lo and behold, they have the lead here as this drive begins. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Carr throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Robbie Anderson making his way back onto the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Darnold on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 42 yards. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Time here to remind you that coming up later tonight on Sunday Night Football, it's the Seahawks and the Eagles from Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And then tomorrow night on Monday night, more Birds with the Ravens involved in that one. Sadly not taking on the Cardinals or Falcons, though. Instead, they'll match up with the Rams in L.A. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Here's Carr to throw. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. On the draw, Carr leads to Washington. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. That's on the Raiders' big money man, the free agent tackle, Trent Brown.
Still third down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. To throw is Carr. Caught here by Griffin. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, the Jets turn things over to Locke Edwards to punt it. Back deep, Antonio Brown. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see it. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Check 55, Mike. Watch the slant, watch the slant. 25, check 25, check 25. Shift. Man, 80. The lady.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold rolling to his right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Jets now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the catch, it's Crowder. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 23.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Man open left side is Brown. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. And not what you're looking to do on 3rd and 1, completing the pass, but going backward.
I have zero explanation for that because 3rd and 1, you just figure snap, throw, first down, right? Easy play. But end up losing yardage on it. That's hard to account for.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Darnold. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Now, this Raiders and Jets contest is a part of the NFL 100 series. And a little history lesson, back in November of 1968, there was a game between these two teams where the Raiders scored 2 touchdowns in the final minute to win. And actually, coverage was broken away from that game on the East Coast to show the movie Heidi. So a lot of the Jets fans missed the Raiders' comeback. Can imagine some saddened faces when they took the rubber bands off their newspapers the next morning on the East Coast. But don't worry, folks, we will not be interrupting this broadcast to show the movie Heidi.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Back to throw, Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the 22, Carr, throw left side complete. It's Brown. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Carr now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size.
Carr's pass complete to Ryan Griffin. Touchdown, Raiders. Daniel Carlson on for the point after.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He'll be kind of looking to erase the first part of this third quarter from his memory partner.
I think he, above all, was upset that they actually got to halftime. Because you saw him in the first half. He was really sharp.
And they had the lead.
Had the lead. Everything was going well. And you know you keep telling yourself, just stay up, stay motivated. But sometimes that halftime can kill your mojo.
Yeah, now he's had an interception, a fumble. We'll see what he does here.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, this is Adams. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On second down, this is Cannon. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Right there in the middle, 55. Watch the run. They're running it. Switch.
They'll run again with Cannon. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to...
Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will tie us at 24. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On play action, now Carr. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Griffin. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. They go back to the ground now with Crowell. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Again, it's Crowell. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? Got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And now it's blocked. Oh, the Raiders have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him.
And it's down. It's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams crew, when they run out there, they still feel it. And maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there. Blocked the extra point and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead, but a nice job to get in there and block. Yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play sign where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. On the ground, Richard. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there, pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, what's the ball? Tighten up, tighten up.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Griffin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run with Crowell. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. 1st 9. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
He hits Herndon over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Darnold now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's first and 10.
Here we go.
Darnold to throw again. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and now it's second down. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
You're not ready. Wide. Get wide. 36. Ready.
Powell takes it from Darnold. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. The Jets on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go.
Darnold now to throw. And it's caught by Herndon. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Jets, the win is number 9 for them on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, their woes continue as the record falls now.